through, you still have that degree that's, carried. There's still a pretty big weight on that degree, higher than a certificate or anything like that, in terms of moving forward. You also learn more. It's a little bit more compressed, a little bit more easy environment. You've already gone through the college experience, and most of the people in the MBA program do have some work experience, and that's what's shared. That's real helpful.
I've worked for Northrop Grumman Corporation for 13 years, big aerospace company, and in that organization, moving up meant that there was an eventual management position in your future. Getting ahead meant, a promotion. The only way up was through management. And so an MBA, if you were planning to advance your career, you needed to have an MBA, and there's a lot of organizations that are like that, or some kind of graduate degree. There's a lot of companies that's sort of the certificate. It's the proof that you're ready for a broader set of responsibilities. Microsoft's a little different that way. We have a management track and we have an individual contributor track. And you can be an individual contributor and continue to get promotions and advance in your career, and you never have to manage people. Because we believe that that's a separate discipline, and there are people who are good at that, and there are people who are not good at that. And you can be really smart and be an awful people manager. And so we don't force people to become managers to advance in their career. And so you can become a principal or a researcher or a scientist or in these roles, and you can move way up into the company, and you never have to manage people if that's not your thing. And even though Microsoft's really unique in this, and I don't think you're going to find that in very many companies, you really need to ask yourself that question. Do you want to manage people? Is that what you're good at? Is that your gift? Are you great at motivating people, and are you willing to be the servant leader? To really spend your time helping the people underneath you be successful. If that's where you want to go, then planning to be a manager is a good thing. But if you really are passionate about technology or your discipline, look for opportunities to be great in your discipline. Don't think that you need to cross over. Although I've had 3 careers, and each one has been very different, and I'm not saying that you're going to be in your career your whole life. In fact, you may not be, but you need to really think about management as a whole separate discipline than the thing you're getting a major in, if it's a technical thing.
I think you need to look at what your career aspirations are going to be. If it's something that you want to be a CIO, for example, you sooner or later need to build some skill sets, and then at some point in time, get an MBA or a higher level degree to build up a resume to make you look attractive. I think you have to show what your potential is as far as leadership. The ability to lead people, and if that's what you want to do, is something that has to be a tried and true skill set that you need to show your leadership in your company, or as you move up to different companies, that you can be effective at doing that. But, in our organization here in ITS, we have people who have continued to be in a technical field up through senior level, and then we have staff specialist level that are truly just technicians, and they don't lead people. That is just a decision, a career decision that you have to make. But I think at some point you have to at least start with a base skill set, and then move into an MBA level, and then a supervisory level at some point. But you have to have that career goal of what you would.
Note on that from a practical perspective, because this is something actually that I and my wife are facing right now. So she did not get her MBA when she graduated. She was very focused on getting straight out to work, and she's done reasonably well from that perspective. But right now we're trying to figure out how to make time for her to get her MBA. She's 15 years into her career, and so now we've got expenses, family, and things like this that are all set, and trying to carve that time out and relearn how to learn is a pretty interesting challenge. So if you really think that's the way you're going to go, my 2 cents based on our experience is try and get it sooner than later.
So your MBA,
I do not.